Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be explaining if traditional Republicans are, for the most part, screwed in the 2022 midterms. And we're pretty much going to be taking a look at, what I see as key Republican primaries that I feel like could end up becoming competitive between the America First base and the traditional base. Let's start off with the Alabama Senate race. Right now there are only 3 Republicans who will really have a shot at winning the seat in November. In the middle we have Congressman Mo Brooks. On the left, we have former Slovenia Ambassador Linda Blankard, and on the right, we have Chief of Staff for Senator Richard Selby, Katie Britt. Right now, there is only one poll on Wikipedia that shows Mo Brooks ahead by 46 points. Also, Mo Brooks has something the other 2 candidates don't have, the endorsement of Donald Trump, which is pivotal for any Republican to have in order to have a near-guaranteed win in a primary. Of course, the America First wing of the Republican Party are supporting Mo Brooks, which in my opinion is a good choice. Here are some policies Mo Brooks supports. He supports medical marijuana usage, Social Security reform, environmental policy that doesn't raise taxes, claims land erosion causes sea level rise, quotes, America doesn't need to be the world police, as well as tax reform. Mo Brooks is not a traditional Republican, and the Alabama Senate seat will be a seat Mitch McConnell will lose to Donald Trump. Score 1 for the America First base. Next up is the Alaska Senate race. Here, the only major candidate is former Commissioner of the Alaska Department of Administration, Kelly Tshibaka. Now, there are a few candidates who could enter this race. Republican incumbent Senator Lisa Murkowski, who has already started fundraising. Republican former Governor Sarah Palin, who has been making the rounds as of recently. Democrat State Senator L.V. Gray Jackson, and independent orthopedic surgeon Al Gross. Polling currently shows a dead heat between Tshibaka and Murkowski, though it seems as if Tshibaka has a very narrow lead as of right now. Kelly Tshibaka also has the covenant Donald Trump endorsement, which could lead her to victory in this race. However, if Sarah Palin were to jump into this race, there have been talks from the America First folks that Kelly Tshibaka would drop out and then Trump would give his endorsement to Sarah Palin. And Palin is undoubtedly more popular than Lisa Murkowski is. Either way, as of right now, I'm giving this race to the America First base. Score 2 for the America First base. Next is the Arizona Senate race. Currently there are 2 major candidates. Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich and businessman Blake Masters. There is also the chance of Congressman Andy Biggs entering the race as well, though it seems more and more unlikely as the days go on. Donald Trump has yet to make an endorsement in this race, though it does seem like he will be endorsing Blake Masters for the seat, as it seems Andy Biggs isn't going to run. And current polling has Mark Brnovich leading massively over Blake Masters, and there isn't a poll with both Brnovich and Biggs in it, so I'm giving this seat to traditional Republicans, though with either Brnovich or Masters as of now, it's unlikely they beat Kelly in November. Score 1 for traditional Republicans. Next is the Arkansas Senate race, with 2 major candidates currently running, incumbent Senator John Boozman and former NFL player Jake Beguette. There is no polling for this race, though Beguette has been getting a lot of local attention, which could spell trouble for Senator Boozman. However, Donald Trump has given his endorsement to John Boozman, which certifies a primary victory no matter who runs, as in reality there is no Republican who could primary Boozman successfully while he carries that endorsement, which gives another victory for traditional Republicans. Score 2 for traditional Republicans. It's a tied game right now. Next is the Georgia Senate race. There are currently 2 major candidates running, Agriculture Commissioner Gary Black and businessman Kelvin King. There are also 4 other candidates who could end up running. Congressman Buddy Carter, though he said he wouldn't run if Herschel Walker runs. Congressman Joe Ferguson, former Senator Kelly Loeffler, and former NFL player Herschel Walker. Polls currently have Herschel Walker leading the other candidates besides former Congressman Doug Collins, who has declined to run already. We also have to consider that Donald Trump has endorsed Herschel Walker for the seat, thus we can give this point to the America First Republicans, though with Herschel Walker as the nominee, I can't see Republicans easily flipping the seat. However, it is possible. Score 3 for the America First base. Next is the Idaho Senate race, with 2 major candidates, incumbent Senator Mike Crapo, as well as veteran Jeremy Gilbert, who has been running a pretty good campaign for someone not as known as him. However, there is one thing that makes his campaign DOA. Donald Trump has endorsed Mike Crapo to much outrage by the America First base, which guarantees this seat staying with traditional Republicans. Score 3 for the traditional Republicans. It's once again tied up. Next is the Missouri Senate race, where we have a whole slew of candidates currently running. We have former Governor Eric Greitens, Congresswoman Vicky Hartzler, Congressman Billy Long, Attorney Mark McCloskey, and Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt. There is also a possibility of State Senator Dave Schatz and Congressman Jason Smith jumping into this crowded primary field. Donald Trump has yet to make an endorsement in this race. However, there is speculation he can endorse one of the three candidates. Those are Eric Greitens, Mark McCloskey, and Jason Smith. All have been considered America First Republicans. Looking off of polling, Eric Greitens leads in every single poll, well, except one, but incumbent Senator Roy Blunt has announced he is retiring after 2022. So we can give this point to the America First Republicans. Score 4 for America First Republicans. Next is the North Carolina Senate race. There are currently three major candidates: Congressman Ted Budd, former Governor Pat McCrory, and former Congressman Mark Walker. There are no other potential major candidates, as both Laura Trump and Mark Robinson have both declined to run. However, there is some bad news for both McCrory and Walker, is that President Trump has endorsed Ted Budd for the Senate seat. However, according to polling, Pat McCrory has a solid lead over the other two candidates. Now, that being said, there hasn't been a poll since Trump made his endorsement, but going by the same rules we did the other races, we'll give this to Pat McCrory, for now, which is another point to traditional Republicans. Score 4 for traditional Republicans. It's all tied up. Next is the Ohio Senate race. There are currently three major candidates: author J.D. Vance, former Ohio Treasurer Josh Mandel, and former Chairwoman Jane Timken. There are also two other candidates who could throw their hat into the ring: State Senator Matt Dolan and Congressman Mike Turner. Donald Trump has yet to announce an endorsement to this race. However, it was reported that he was going to endorse Jane Timken for the seat before being convinced by his son Don Jr. to wait a little bit. As we take a look at polling, it is very consistent that Josh Mandel leads every single poll. As Josh Mandel is a traditional Republican, this point will be given to traditional Republicans. Score 5 for the traditional base. Going towards the Oklahoma Senate race, currently we have incumbent Senator James Lankford and Pastor Jackson LaMayer. There is no polling for this race, and some notable names have endorsed Jackson LaMayer over James Lankford, like former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, Oklahoma GOP Chairman John Bennett, 2022 Senate candidate Mark McCloskey, Oklahoma County GOP Chairman Ken Warner, as well as the Logan County GOP. That's quite a bit of opposition to the incumbent senator. There is also some speculation Donald Trump will endorse LaMayer over in the incumbent senator, which will be a big blow to his political career. And essentially, with everything we've discussed, gives America First Republicans another point. Score 5 for the America First base. It's all tied up. Even though the score is tied 5-5, losing 5 seats, if not more, seats to the more, Sorry, I had to sneeze. Even though the score is tied 5-5, losing 5, if not more, seats to the more populist movement within the party is not good news for the traditional base, as less and less voters are identifying themselves with the America First base, rather than the traditional base. Now, I'll let you guys decide. Are traditional Republicans screwed in 2022? And I could also cover some gubernatorial races if you guys are interested. This is the Chaotic One. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to follow my Twitter at Chaotic Politics. Peace.